think a lot of us struggle to figure out whether we are truly an introvert or an extrovert. And it can be a harder determination than it looks because introversion and extraversion are some of the most misunderstood traits in psychology. Most people assume that extroverts are always loud and confident and love parties, and that introverts are always shy and quiet and antisocial. And while these stereotypes can sometimes hold a grain of truth, they often completely miss the deeper reality. When we get down to it, introversion and extroversion are really determined by what energizes you, what drains you, and how you respond to stimulation in your environment. Some introverts love people, they just need some alone time to be able to recharge. And some extroverts are actually pretty quiet and reserved, but do need social time in order to feel like themselves. And many people actually fall somewhere in between as ambiverts. So in this video, I am going to give you a clear, psychology-based way to know for sure where you actually fall. Now to do this, we'll be using the 5-factor model of personality, looking specifically at the domain of extroversion and its 6 facets, which is an extremely reliable and scientific way to make this determination. This way you can see for yourself exactly where you land on this spectrum, not just as a label, but also as a practical guide for understanding your energy and your preferences. Now, to gauge yourself accurately, all you need to do is to listen to the explanation of each trait and then reflect on what energizes you versus what drains you. Then go ahead and score yourself on each question using a scale from 1 to 5, where 1 means not at all and 5 means you very much agree. I'll be giving you 3 questions for each facet for you to rate yourself on, and once you add up all the scores, you will have a very clear idea where you fall. If you score high in most facets, you likely lean extrovert. If you score low on most, you likely lean introvert. And if your scores are mixed or mostly somewhere in the middle, you're probably an ambivert. So grab a piece of paper and a pen and let's get right into it. Now, the first facet of extroversion is warmth. This measures your emotional openness and comfort showing affection. If you score high in warmth, you naturally express care and friendliness, and you find it easy to build emotional connections. If you score lower, you might be a little bit more reserved or private in expressing feelings, even when you really do like people. So now, ask yourself how much you agree with the following statements. Number 1, I find it easy to get close to people and share personal feelings. Number 2, I enjoy showing affection and warmth towards others. And number 3, I feel comfortable expressing care and kindness in my relationships. So now you're going to add up your scores and then divide by 3 for your final rating here. Now the next facet is Gregariousness, which measures your desire to be around people and spend time in social settings. If you score high in gregariousness, you feel energized in big groups and you genuinely love being in the company of others. If you score lower, you probably prefer more alone time or smaller gatherings and find large social settings to be pretty draining. So ask yourself how much you agree with the following statements. Number 1, I prefer spending time with others over being alone. 2, I look forward to social gatherings and group activities. And number 3, I feel energized when I am around people. Take a second to calculate your score, and then let's move on to the next facet, which is assertiveness. This reflects your tendency to take charge in groups, initiate conversations, confidently express your opinions and desires, and stand up for yourself in various social settings. If you score high in assertiveness, you are comfortable leading discussions and you can share openly and freely your opinions. And if you score lower, you probably prefer others to guide the conversation, or you prefer to be more of a listener. So now ask yourself how much you agree with the following statements. Number 1, I'm comfortable voicing my opinions, even if they might be unpopular or challenge the status quo. Number 2, I naturally assume a leadership role when working on group projects or collaborating on tasks. And number 3, I am often the one to start conversations or introduce new subjects in social gatherings. Go ahead and figure out your final score, and once you're done, you can move on to the next facet, which is activity level. This measures your general pace and desire for busyness. If you score high in this facet, you probably enjoy a packed schedule and you like always being on the go. And if you score lower, you probably prefer a calmer pace and more downtime. So ask yourself how much you agree with the following statements. Number 1, I enjoy maintaining a consistently active and busy lifestyle. Number 2, I prefer having a packed schedule and many engagements over a lot of unscheduled free time. And number 3, I tend to move quickly and have a lot of activities throughout my day. So go ahead and figure out your score here, and then let's move on to the next facet, which is excitement seeking. This captures your desire for stimulation and novelty. If you score high in this facet, you enjoy trying new things and seeking out adventure. And if you score lower, you prefer predictability and stability. So ask yourself how much you agree with the following statements. Number 1, I actively seek out new and varied experiences to avoid boredom. Number 2, I am often drawn to thrilling or adventurous activities, even if they involve some risk. And number 3, I prefer dynamic and unpredictable situations over routines and quiet environments. So go ahead and calculate your score, and then let's move on to the final facet, which is positive emotions. This measures how frequently you feel joy and enthusiasm. If you score high, you're usually pretty cheerful and expressive. If you score lower, you probably experience these types of emotions a little less often, or your mood might lean a little bit more towards neutral, or you may just feel like you're more easily affected by everyday frustrations, even when you are generally content. So ask yourself how much you agree with the following statements. Number 1, I often feel a strong sense of joy and enthusiasm. Number 2, I frequently feel excited about what I'm doing and what lies ahead. And number 3, I generally maintain an optimistic and upbeat mood. So go ahead and figure out your score here, and that's it for the questions. So now that you have calculated all of your scores, let's bring them all together to figure out if you lean more towards introvert, extrovert, or ambivert. Just add up your average scores from all 6 facets and then divide that total by 6 to get your overall extroversion score, which will be a number between 1 and 5. An overall score of 3.8 or higher suggests a strong leaning towards extrovert. If your overall score is 2.2 or lower, this indicates a strong leaning towards introvert. And lastly, an overall score between 2.3 and 3.7 means you are likely an ambivert. This implies that you possess a balance of both introverted and extroverted qualities, meaning that you're probably pretty socially comfortable, but you also strongly value alone time, and you understand that you need to adapt as needed. Now, please remember that these determinations are designed for personal insight and not clinical diagnosis, but hopefully this video gave you a much clearer indication of where you stand on this trait and how it influences your energy and your social preferences. I would love to hear in the comments how you scored and if your assessment was different than you thought it would be. And if you want to learn even more about yourself, I strongly suggest taking a comprehensive Big 5 personality test. It will help you to uncover even more layers of your unique personality. As always, I truly hope you found today's video to be helpful and interesting, and I will see you in the next one.